Greetings, fellow beings! Ho ho! It is Thursday. That's right, May 25th, 2023, and happy Star Wars Day. True story, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But I want to say thanks for being here. We're going to have some bonus time. It won't be super long, but it'll be long enough. For those of you watching on Twitter, Rumble, Odysee, and Minds, hi, how's it going? And for those of you here on YouTube, hello. Boy, we've got a lot to get into, but mostly say hi to each and every one of you, starting with Captain Fandom Nerd. Check out Captain Fandom Nerd and his channel. We've got Liger Fan in the house as well. Great to see you, Liger Fan. SFXF 314 Sabretooth Raptor. Order 66 on YouTube. Yeah, they're going to try to order 66 a lot of us here on YouTube, to be fair. Professor Haytian, how's it going, my friend? Commander Ed Straker of Shadow is dropping money. Josiah Robinson, how you doing? Can't watch live. Well, that's okay. Watch on the replay. And if you do, leave a comment, because I think that's awesome. Dapper Bard Games is here. We've got Morgan King checking in. What's going on? Snorta Poopus Cuber, my favorite polar bear. We got Olaf Vanes in the house. There's the great Sean Estep. What's up, Sean, man? Hope you're doing well. Griffin is here again, reminding us it is Star Wars Day. The original Star Wars was released in 1977. This kid got to see that film. It was amazing. Fact, this did change cinema and culture in a good way, no matter what's happened now. Very true. The Weatherman is here. So is Aaron Ratliff. What's going on? Aaron Ratliff's going to update us in a second. It's going to be funny. The Common Nerd is here, and the great Darren Hughes, one of the best wrenches on the planet. Peter Graves is here. We've got deleted scenes. What's going on, Steven? There's Tim Tringle Jr. What's going on? The Batcap. Good to see you. I hope that internship goes very, very well at Rocket City. And I'm happy to report Tom and Sadie have been getting a lot of help from each and every one of you. So they need it. Sadie needs to get some surgery, and Tom has a car that just decided not to have a transmission anymore. All of that in a trip to the vet. Not the best. Aaron Ratliff updates us. Like I said, Disney stock price has dropped another $1.10 to $87.97. Yeah, the mouse is burning. And they're trying to get the financial papers to convince you that the $17 billion that they're spending over the next decade is a significant amount. No. It's really not. They're going to try to compete with Universal. They're going to lose market share. They're losing money left and right, and they're going to hand over about $13 billion to Comcast for the balance of Hulu. Not good. Gender Warrior 68 is here. How's it going? Greetings, Culturians, indeed. We have, I think I said hello to Olaf Fanes. Who else rolled in the door? Oh, John Puma's here. We've got the Cheese Factor. What's going on? Who else is in the house? Rod Thunderheart. Wow, I didn't even take a deep breath before I did that one. Low Spec Linux Laptop is here. I've got some folks over on Rumble. JCVM214. How's it going? Admiral Teague is over there. A few other folks. I don't see anybody on Odysee today. Hopefully that's working. We got Shrap 3D. What's going on? I mean, there's people over on Odysee. I just don't see any chat. Randall Orser, how's it going, bud? You're doing well. Who else is out there? Dave G Sound. What's going on? The Price of Reason. Good to see you, my friend. And Mutant Bamhammer saying, Oyos, all my boyos. That's right. Spaceship Vampire. Ram. Bam. 3000. Hank V, what's up? Grim, otherwise known as Inferior. Canadian Spiderman. What's up? Blackie is here. There's 11 Alpha. How's it going, my friend? Elizabeth Young. Greetings, dear. Oh, OC Dobbins. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Lil Chad is here. I'm going to hang out with Lil Chad tomorrow on his show, so check out Lil Chad. John Gibson is here. Got a few other folks we're going to say hi to, but we have to go. A tipping barn. John Cipola's in two places at once. What's up, John Cipola? Fat Elvis, happy Thursday to you. Smash that thumb. Philip Gaming, Rob Altus, Cosmic Squirrel, Lord Raw, the lovely Sherry. All right, guys, 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whatever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. I want to say a quick thank you to the man who just gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships out there. WG. Thank you, WG, for that generous gift. You're amazing. Let's jump into some sad news that many of you, maybe most of you, are aware of. We lost a great pop icon and actress, believe it or not. Tina Turner, gone forever at the age of 83. A lot of people were tripping over themselves yesterday in Hollywood and in the music communities to praise this amazing woman. Should have done that all along. Truly an inspiration. Incredible. One of the people that had their legs insured. That's how good her legs were. I know that's an odd thing to remember, but all I know is I feel like Thunderdome will be empty without Tina Turner. Moving on, of course, we got Disney beginning another round of layoffs, as I mentioned yesterday, but they've gone global. That's right. The international community is getting a taste of being laid off by the mouse, and that's going to come in the form of maybe 100 people in the UK, and then who knows where else. I mean, this is stretching all the way to Africa. That's how bad this is. A lot of marketing jobs are being lost, et cetera, and that's not good. I mean, the mouse is going to keep cutting because they got to spend. We'll get to that at some point soon. Star Trek Strange New Worlds trailer is teasing a crossover with Upper Decker because that's what you need. It's not a sign of desperation at all for Klutzman and this group of, well, craven communists. I was being nice. Spider-Man Across the Universe Spider-Verse, is being, artificially upheld by critics. Very dark and sad, but it's a work of art. Yeah, a work of art. I have a feeling that this isn't going to do as well as they would like it to do. And Disney's cannibalizing its own box office. Not a good move. Speaking of not a good move, is coming out and talking about the sexualization of Barbie prior to your Barbie film releasing. At least that's my opinion. But Margot Robbie went on the record saying that she doesn't have the equipment to be sexualized. And she's not wearing a bikini because she wants you to notice her booty. It's because it's pink and it's cute. Okay. Moving on from there, the movie review About My Father. Well, this is one of many very bad reviews for this, saying that essentially De Niro is just a bait and switch. I understand that. I mean, he's supposed to be the subject of the film, but basically just played for a buffoon. FUBAR is FUBAR. At least on Netflix, not a lot of critics are enjoying the new Schwarzenegger film. Technically, it's not a film. It's a 8-episode action comedy, but I wasn't going to check this out at all. Didn't know about it till yesterday, and I'm less interested now. A former cast member of the Basketball Wives LA, which I think was season 3, has pled guilty to 15 federal crimes. Robbing you, actually. A lot of that, PPP money and stuff like that. No bueno. Companies are finding it's not easy to leave Russia. In fact, many of them aren't. While you have 500 companies, U.S. companies in particular, leaving Russia, there are as many or more that just aren't leaving. I wonder where all that unity went against Russia. I know this, the debt limit is fast upon us, and Biden had to shut up because there's no way to defend the ridiculous spending on the ridiculous things that have been driving this number up for a long period of time. And McCarthy keeps pointing it out. Germany economy is sinking into the ocean. That's right. The German economy is collapsing. We are one step closer to recession there, and global recession on the road. We're all going to be there soon enough. Stock market today, Asian shares extend their losses, although the Nikkei bounced back. Japan's had some very positive economic news. They're one of the few. Best Buy declines in Q1, missing all of the targets that were set for them. Weak spending across the board there. The market said this, but I don't believe it. AI frenzy pulls Wall Street higher. I don't know. I mean, that's the S&P. Dow Jones is down 58 points. It's basically just the S&P that's up. So this is a very misleading headline. Georgia finally gets their nuclear plants back on track. That's right. They have now decided to move forward and power things with the nuclear plants that they've just finished. It just took them 7 years and $17 billion. We've got Microsoft warning you about what's about to happen and the cyber attack that's being laid out to disrupt your lives. Danish masters actually prepared canvases with leftovers from brewing beer so that they could paint the masterworks that we appreciate today. And finally, a man shot his roommate after accusing him of eating the last Hot Pocket. That's right, Clifton Williams, 64, was arrested on assault charges Sunday after he accused his roommate of eating the last Hot Pocket. Yeah. He shot him in the butt. Nice. Could have got worse, right? Guess he was hungry. I don't know. Anyway. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until just a few moments, because we're having bonus time. Well, I guess bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.
That's right. Today is May 25th, and it's a Thursday. Happy Star Wars Day. We are going to have some bonus time. It's not going to be long. I really do have a lot to get done today. And Mr. H Reviews starts about 2 hours and 6 minutes from now. So it can't be long at all, because I do have stuff to do between those two things. What can I say about this? I've got incredible members. I'm grateful to. I'm grateful to WG for gifting members today during the stream. I'm grateful for those of you watching on Twitter, Rumble, Minds, and Odysee, and of course YouTube. Thank you guys. I know you have a lot of choices in the morning to watch news, and a lot of people are aping my program, and that's okay. I'm just glad you're all here. I'm glad you find value in this. But let's get started on some bonus time, shall we? Here we go. All right. Well, I got my handy dandy coffee here, which I should have refilled, but there's still some there. And I have some Musketeer Schadenfreude. I don't want to say hi to some folks that I missed during the intro. We got Feliato out there. Looks like Stygian Dogs joined us. Walter Tomaszewski is here. Let's see who else rolled in the door that I didn't get a chance to mention. Oh, the lovely Jillian is here. And Professor Etienne Falarudo, member for 10 months, by the way, says, I prefer culture over 98% of news sources. Well, thank you. Thank you for that member chat. Greetings to you, Jillian. I hope you're doing well. Cam's Crash Courses, what is up? Let's see. A lot of you guys popped in late. I mean, not late, but I'd started, I start early. I know. I'm sorry. Final Monkey's here. There's WG. Thank you again, WG. You're amazing. JD3138 is here, which I think that's kind of cool. Let's see. Yeknomino. Fantastic. Yeah, the Tina Turner thing really was not good. Thunderdome will forever be empty, in my opinion. Can't remake that as far as I'm concerned. Not that they would. They're trying to get us to that dystopia. So let's not advertise what the hellscape this will be. That would be bad. Maybe people won't want it. Yeah, no kidding. Matt G. Yeah, nobody's interested in New Drac. Look at you guys. You're just pounding it in the chat. Yeah, the first Spiderverse wasn't a big hit. I mean, they're really calling for this thing to do big box office numbers, and I just don't see it happening. I don't know where they're thinking. You got the nearsighted Cyclops here. You have the lovely Jillian sending a member chat. She's been here for 9 months. Thank you, Jillian. Says, no one could ever be as excellent a source of news as the genuine article Culture Casino. R.I.P. Tina Turner. Well, thank you so very much, and I agree with you. I do. What a bummer. Man, the Tina Turner, yeah, like I said, I wish I'd have been able to be live yesterday to talk about that when it happened, but what a loss. Gonzalo Bergali, what's going on? I don't have my fan on in here. Schmilexes, yeah. I love those otters. I'd started without you. I apologize. I'm sorry. Darius Munchausen, what's going on? Olaf Von Essence, a member chat. Member for 17 months. That's a long time, Olaf. Thank you. Wow, already 17 months trying to catch as much of the news as I can get on these lovely streams. Love seeing the most of my YouTube friends here every day too. Well, I love seeing all of you guys. Lord Shack says hello over on the Rumble side. We've got Latino Slant says for 25 months. My goodness, my friend says, where's my gold? I don't know. You know, there's really good gold panning near San Onofre. If you have a sluice, you can just look for the blackened beach sand. There's a lot of it around there. There is. There's kind of constant discharge in that location because that's where the cooling water was vented from the nuclear power plants that were there. Plus, it's a great spot to surf and boogie board. So, yeah. That was a lot of random information nobody asked for. Anyway. Yeah, when you can't afford groceries, you aren't shopping at Best Buy. This is true. Very, very true. Look at you, amazing humans. Yeah, based Danish painters, indeed. Yeah, I think I saw Isash Melody roll in the door. Let's see. The Hot Pocket story was bonkers, right? I'm like, wow. Yeah, I'm a booty shot, you say. Well, I'm just saying. Got shot in the booty. And the booty. Man, bad news, man. Disney's a hot mess. I'm sorry. It just is. I'm not logged in, so I can show you the screen. Indeed. I don't know why the indie theme's in my head, but it is. Let's look at some Disney. Yeesh. All right. Well, they bounced up a little. It's 88.14 right now. It actually bounced up from when I started the show. When I pointed it out that it was, and so did the chat, that it was at 80, it was 87 and under. It immediately jumped up. And it's probably coincidental. It's definitely coincidental, but it jumped up to 88.14. Oh, 87, 86 to 88.13. So they're really trying to artificially hold this up. And they're doing it for like disingenuous reasons, right? I mean, nobody honestly is going to believe, or maybe they will, that this $17 billion is coming all at once. Do you know why? They don't have it. And Disney is notorious for spreading things out over a long period of time. Disney World's $17 billion plan to rival Universal's Epic Universe. Well, and that false threat by Iger about, not investing. You don't want us to invest in this? You don't want us to spend this money here? We're canceling the business park. Dude, you just can't afford it. We are onto your game. And there's no way you can catch up. You're 4 years behind Epic Universe. And now, because of the bologna sausage that you pulled with the special district, right? Because you decided to make politics part of your brand, Disney, you now have to go through an approval gauntlet that you never had to before because you don't control the comptroller's office. That basically was RCID's rubber stamp for anything Disney wanted to build. Now, I'm not saying Disney builds things in a faulty way because they certainly don't for the most part. But this $17 billion is spread out over a long period of time, which is completely absent from this story from Daniel Klein over at The Street. So, again, your mileage will vary on how long it takes for them to spend this money, but they roll this stuff out at such a slow rate. Look at how long it took them to build the Tron roller coaster, which is 100% a one-for-one recreation of what they already had built in Shanghai, and how little time it took to build in Shanghai versus how long it took to build in Florida. We were looking at from the time they broke ground to the time it was actually in place and ready for people to ride, nearly 6 years, if my math is correct. Anyway, so yeah, they're going to spend some money. They're going to spend some money there. They're going to do some things that'll add some value. They're trying to promote things that really were well decided well before. The only real improvement they've made in the last several years was this Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coaster. But they're going to spend $17 billion when in the Florida park over the next decade, and this over the next decade. So you got 4 quarters, right? 4 quarters. You're going to spend $17 billion over 10 years. 40 quarters. How much money is that per quarter? That's really not a whole lot of CapEx increase. Like I said, if you're buying into this as an investor, you're not paying attention. Just some thoughts. Anyway. Oh, sorry guys. Easy for me to go off on a tangent when it comes to how badly Disney's being fumbled. Because it's bad. Very, 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 very bad. A tipping bard said for $1.99, can't we get beyond Thunderdome? Sure, but I don't think we will. Man, I can't believe we lost Tina Turner. I can't believe it. Thank you, a tipping bard. I do appreciate it. You get this.
Wow. See why I only did $2. Huh.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Ed. That's all good fun. We got a $4 Super Stega from my buddy Darius Munchausen, who sends me a cup of coffee. Boy, do I need more coffee. Let me tell you. I want to say thanks. You know what? I'm going to play the $3 one. I wish I had a $4 one, but I got a $3 one for you that I really enjoy that I don't get to play very often.
You get to give money to a organization that sends food to children in other countries. You could have given $3 to a bum on the street, but instead you decided to give $3 to the guy that looks like a bum. Thank you for your generosity.
Indeed, thank you for your generosity. Over on the Rumble side, I've got a Rumble rant for $1 saying, I think it's Chummizer Batman WP. I don't know, but anyway, thank you for the $1 Rumble rant saying, awesome, love the advice, keep them coming. Well, I love sharing with each and every one of you, and now you get this.
No, look at this little super chat right there. He's so cute and small. Get it?
Once again, thank you for the Rumble rant. All right, back to you guys. Back to the stories. Back to things. Salt Zilla's here. Good to see you. All right, 6 minutes starts now. One hour late. 1 hour later. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna start using that 2 turkey sandwiches later. Yeah, have a break. Bonus time. That's right. The lovely Sherry. She keeps updating. Look at that. She updates her avatar. It's like hello. Coach Dragon. You guys got a little lag. Our wizard arrives precisely when he means to. Indeed. When I grew up, I want to be cool like culture. Well, thank you, Hank. BP. Doug. A guy just shot in the butt. There's nowhere to go but siren from here. Yeah, that story's bonkers, right? I'm sorry. It was weird. I mean, seriously. In fact, I'm bringing it back up because I enjoyed it earlier. It sounds like most of you did too, but I mean, woo, yeah. Man shot roommate after accusing him of eating the last Hot Pocket. Hot Pocket. Oh, the detail on this one was amazing, right? Because you're like, he shot him in the what? In the where? In the why? In the how? Huh? Yeah. So a man in Kentucky's largest city is facing criminal charges after allegedly shooting his roommate during a dispute over a Hot Pocket. Clifton Williams, 64. That's a 64-year-old person who shot him in the buttocks. Oh, he started throwing tiles at him. Tiles. Wow, just had a box of tile wool just hanging out. Oh no. He shot him in the buttocks when he was trying to escape. That is so funny. Wow, you can shoot somebody in the butt and only have to pay a $7,500 bond. All right. Good gravy. We live in a world. We live in a world. Oh, Berserkus Circus kids. I don't know. When will the member stream be? We're gonna do it on Saturday, midday-ish here in the States. So I'll have that all updated for and set up tomorrow. So hopefully that's good. Yeah. Hey, there's Pickles. What's up, Pickles? Let's see. Last Hot Pocket equals bullet to the back pocket. There you go, Doug. Yes. That Disney bounce is like from people trying to find the low end of the valley and anticipating that it will climb the other side eventually. It will. But I think the low side of the valley is a lot lower. Like I said, it's a mountain of bad news. Well, a mountain? No, it's a well of bad news. See what I did there? Hey, Cynthia Carter, good to see you. Yeah, the DeSantis thing yesterday was a disaster. They're trying to blame DeSantis for the stock price. Yeah, that's not going to work. But that announcement was wow. Yeah, work your tech out. Disney needs Florida more than Florida needs Disney. Yeah, think about it. It's like one of the biggest. It's one of the biggest tourism hubs in the world now. Now, Disney did help create that, but it's a false assumption to think that they solely created it because it was a tourist destination even before Disney showed up. Not necessarily Central Florida, but Florida in general. And I mean, you had Crystal Springs and a lot of other places that drew in the crowds. Daytona, all kinds of stuff, right? And it's a place to go. And a lot of the Northerners would abandon the North when it got cold, icy, and uncomfortable. They would head south to Florida, where there was beach and warm and fun. Miami's always going to be an attraction. So, like I said, I don't buy into the false stuff. It is what it is. Yeah, Disney is paying for Universal's expansion with the Hulu purchase. 100% right. Yep. $13 billion, folks. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. And the minimum would have been, let me adjust the camera here. The minimum would have been $9 billion, right? But it's going to be 13. That's what it's going to be. And Disney just keeps releasing garbage. They promise not to be political. Do you remember right after the weatherman came back? Not this weatherman, but Bob Iger came back because he was a weatherman, just so you know. And Aunt Willow, Uncle Bob and Aunt Willow, because Willow also was a TV personality. They got married and then started destroying the world. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so, he came back and did not rescue the company. In fact, set it the wrong direction. He was supposed to calm everything down, said as much. Yeah. But they're still leaning into, Marxism, neo-Marxism and destroying everything that they stood for, especially family values. They don't believe in family values. Don't believe in family. They believe in making families smaller, if not ending them entirely. And that's why they leaned into the 50-plus crowd that were aligned politically with them. And it's a decent sized crowd in terms of people, and it can definitely help a company. But it's also a very small fraction of people that are politically aligned with them, lockstep. And a lot of them work for the company. And I think the muted reception to the story living communities is telling. Is it possible Disney could just wait out DeSantis? DeSantis is going nowhere. That state is now 70% red. And I'm not talking about communists. I'm saying it's 70% Republican. And they are on Disney's game. And the citizens in Florida, not exactly 100% in Disney's corner. In fact, I'd say quite the opposite. So it is what it is. Yeah, Cedar Fair, in any of their parks, whether it be Cedar Point or whatever, they don't take anywhere near as long to get their attractions together. This is very true, Ironcaster. The Tron roller coaster is not so impressive in the daylight. No, it was a terrible design in Shanghai. It's a worse design in Florida. If you are going to put things in Florida, you need to weatherproof them. And that canopy is supposed to add a degree of weatherproofing. Okay, except not really. The minute you enter the outside in Florida, you are subject to rain problems, wind problems, heat problems, all kinds of other stuff. One of the things that confused me when they built Toy Story Land in Florida was that they didn't just make it a big soundstage, some giant interior area that they could control everything in. But, maybe sightlines were contributory to why they designed it the way that they did, but you have an outside roller coaster that you can't run when there's rain. You have, you don't have enough shade there. There's not mature trees because that would screw up the aesthetic of the area. You really didn't do much other than just kind of add that coaster and that little off-the-shelf carnival ride thing, the spinny saucer thing. Wasn't really that much of an expansion. And then you put it next to a very underwhelming Galaxy's Edge, and then you tuck a hotel back behind there, wasting valuable land. Whew, very bad news. This is a good question, Darren Hughes. How certain am I in Disney will buy out Hulu this January? Very certain. I don't think they have a choice. Hulu. Comcast does not want Hulu. And here's the fun thing. If Disney doesn't find a way to negotiate into all of this, that Comcast isn't allowed to pull their programming and stuff out of Hulu, Hulu will become virtually worthless. True story. Because what are you going to put on Hulu then? All the Fox stuff that you own that you're still in debt for? Never seen the kind of expenditures the way that Disney's been doing them lately that were so irresponsible. The Fox thing was incredibly irresponsible at the time. A lot of people pointed out it's just not worth that much. Well, duh. The thing that they got rid of that was most valuable, had they been able to retain, would have been the regional sports networks, which they, I guess, were forced to slough off to somebody else. And those are struggling mightily right now. Ad tech is in the toilet. Disney is maybe good at selling ads for broadcast television. They are running into the same problems with everybody else does with the digital side of things. And if you watch today's video that I released about 2 hours ago, a little over 2 hours ago, they have no prayer of catching the world's largest #1 streaming service, whether it be television or otherwise. It's funny. It's funny. By the way, linear broadcast television in whatever form, whether it be cable or satellite or over the air, still dominates television viewing across the United States, at least. So there's that. But I'm pretty sure that Disney will be put in a position where they have to buy out Hulu. The worst thing that could happen is that they can't. Hulu ends up in the hands of Comcast, and now your biggest rival has multiple advantages over you. And it's really within Comcast's, ability to buy the 2/3 that Disney owns if they really wanted to. The other thing is maybe Disney does a deal with Hearst once again, and Hearst comes in and buys out Comcast shares just to help Disney out and artificially hold them up. But again, it's still valueless. We don't need another euro. Guys are so great. Corbin Dallas, the one and only winner of the Gemini Croquette contest. Gemini. One eternity later. There you go. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to catch up with you guys. You're brilliant in the chat. And I went on and on and on about Disney, so I apologize. Lord Shack says, I stumbled on something accidentally. This is over on the Rumble chat. It says, all of the radicals on one side of the equation will be old someday. Imagine a chain of Trump-branded retirement homes to drive the retiring radicals mad. They're already mad. I mean, people that are on the extreme side of the equation. So, yeah, it'd be fun. We truly do live in the Twilight Zone. Indeed, my friends, indeed. I still can't believe the Hot Pocket story. Don't steal my Hot Pocket. Smiley. Hey! Polly's here, waving at people. Replace Hot Pocket with Bud Light in the story. Okay, Higby. There's Zax. Zax is awesome. Love brother Zax. Chillian's like, I'm loving the Disney dumpster fire. Yeah, it gets brighter every day and a little warmer. I wonder how hot the seats are that Iger and McCarthy and a few others are sitting on now that they're being sued and potentially may have some committed some crimes. Gosh, could you imagine that? Financial crimes. My goodness. Felony stuff. Eef. Yeah, Disney should be thankful that it's only $13 billion and not more for Hulu. I'm just saying that. I mean, the minimum price that they could pay is $9. It's recently been valued up there a little bit higher. I think they're going to have to write a $13 billion check. Even if they write a $9 billion check, they don't have it. Their free cash flow, cash equivalents, and all that stuff is not significant enough to. I mean, they have enough. They have basically they're writing at operating capital, which is why they're getting rid of, in the end, probably around 12,000 people. Now, mind you, Disney was a little over bloated across the board and has been for quite some time. 220,000 global employees at the end of 2022. So there are plenty of people. Now, 87,000 of those people or so, maybe 89,000, somewhere in there, depends on who you believe, are in the Florida area. So, yeah. Toxic Man flew for $2. Says, feed the weave. Well, thank you. I'll have to find one to feed, but I appreciate the $2 and yeah.
Whoa, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
Thanks again, Tox. Hope you're doing well, buddy. And thank you for the $2. That'll buy me a iced tea in Dallas in a couple of weeks, which I'm really excited about. Disney World is worth the raw land price, not the theme park price. A buyer can't use any of those branded structures, so that drastically lowers the price. Disney is stuck in Orlando, Florida. There's no argument there. The idea that they would pick up and move is dumb. They built up that place for over 50 years. It would be suicidal. I know you're not really supposed to say that word on the streaming platforms, but it would be. I mean, it would be bad. Seppuku, whatever you want to use. Where are you going to find the land to do that? Where are you going to find a destination that can support it? Where are you going to find the infrastructure that can support it? How long is it going to take to build? What's the cost to rebuild it all? You have real estate investments there that are tied to a group of humans that are not you, in the form of timeshares. And if you strip the value from those people, you have billions and billions and billions of dollars in lawsuits. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, Disney operates a timeshare company called Disney Vacation Club. They have properties spread in Disney World primarily and throughout the world, but mostly Disney World. that they've sold a real estate interest in. And if Disney removes value, they're boned. And that's really the one of the primary reasons. Could you imagine hundreds of thousands of people, because by the way, the DVC stuff's oversold, suing you because you basically drove away the value of those things? They may get sued now for that. There are multiple class action lawsuits that have been sitting waiting to happen related to the DVC properties. Why they haven't gone through, I don't know. But we're going to see a lot more class actions for the malfeasance of these various companies, not just Disney, but many more. Yeah, you guys have your colors mixed up, Rod Thunderheart. No, I'm just kidding. It is very interesting, though. That's a bit of irony that red is liberal Democrat, blue is United Conservative. Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah, and I don't fit in either party, guys. I've never have. Elizabeth Young says, can you repeat that culture for the kids in the back row? What will happen if Disney can't buy out Comcast shares of Hulu? Well, they're forced to. There's not an if. They will have to offer up even more stock. Their stock is devalued. So if their stock bounces back upwards at some point in time, they've artificially enriched Comcast beyond the value of what Hulu was. It's kind of dumb. They've also created an entity that could be quite powerful and could essentially tank their stock. If they offered them X percentage of stock, they could sell out of that percentage of stock. It's really hard. You have to be very, very wealthy or an institution in order to acquire just 1% of the total shares of Disney stock. So that's a consideration. But you could really wreck their day, or you could just like slowly sell off in a strategic way, kind of plan it out with some AI and figure out how you can artificially drive the price of the stock down. Comcast could do that. If you really hate somebody, you'll figure out a way to ruin their day. Speaking of making days one way or another, I would like to say thank you so very much, because Darren Hughes is incredibly generous, and he just turned 10 names green, offering up 10 Culture Casino memberships, which, gosh, look at all those wonderful names turning green. I love it. Thank you, Darren Hughes. That's incredibly generous, and I truly appreciate it, my friend. You are amazing. So you're going to get something that's utterly ridiculous.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
It sounds like you have a date there, Darren, but I appreciate that. Thank you for the incredibly generous gift. Super green. That's right. It's raining green. Hallelujah. It's raining green. Logic's finest. Disney realistically can only move to another right-to-work state. Low wages and plenty of raw land limits the possibilities to the Gulf Coast states, but Disney is stuck in Florida. They are. They don't want to admit it. They want to, we're going to leave. And anybody who believes that is smoking. True story. Not paying much attention at all. Yeah, here we go. Regarding the party colors, around 1996 or 2000, they alternated each cycle. Red state for Republicans only became the norm after 2000. I might be off by a cycle. You could be right too. I don't know. I mean, it's very strange, isn't it? Very strange, indeed. Jillian's mantra. Yay, Darren Hughes. Thank you. All names green. That's right. That's Jillian's mantra, and I appreciate it. Pete Dencat says, you'll need to wait until payday before I turn green. Well, you may get gifted one, Pete. And thanks for being here, my friend. I never ask more than what you're willing to give. I would never put that upon anybody. You guys are incredible. Of course, my buddy Darren here's Super Wrench. He says, I don't remember if you saw that Jillian gave memberships earlier. Oh my goodness. Did I miss Jillian's? Oh, I'm a terrible, terrible, terrible person. Oh, Jillian, I'm so sorry. I saw WG did. Jillian, if I missed that, thank you so very much. You know what? I will say thank you, dear, for all that you do. You also gifted a super chat, which I need to bring up. So let's do that real quick. Jillian for $5 additionally. So this is how generous Jillian is. She says, not sure yet. I think you missed it. I also donated 10 memberships. No worries yet. I want my Muppet short. Well, in addition to the super chat, you will get your Muppet short. I'm going to give you the you get the cheddar because that's a lot of cheddar. 10 memberships and $5 is a lot of cheddar.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Thank you, Jillian. In fact, you get a bonus one because I appreciate the extra $5.
Words cannot express the gratitude that comes from culture towards you on this day. Or they can, but, it's just one of those things you say. Thanks.
And thank you very much, Jillian. Again, you're incredibly generous. Dalu says, I eat terrible stuff. Well, don't eat that guy, Clifton Williams' Hot Pocket, because he will shoot you in the booty. Not good. The Star Cruiser needed a coupon day. Yes, the Star Cruiser was just far too expensive, and it lacked a lot of support from the fans. Again, Disney does nothing but make critical mistakes when it comes to properties that they've acquired. And now they're paying the price because I don't care what anybody says. You've seen them run their brands down that they actually did well with, which is the princess brand. So you're going to watch Little Mermaid. I believe, and I could be wrong, and maybe I am, but I don't think the live action Little Mermaid will do much beyond the opening weekend. I think that everything coming out going forward, as far as Marvel is concerned, will be fantastically bad and flop. They're rather directionless with anything. And when it comes to Star Wars, I don't know that a coupon day would have helped Hank VP. I mean, it might have. It would have got more people to see just to be out of sheer, curiosity. This ridiculous hotel. But I mean, they're being disingenuous when they put a positive spin on it, saying it gave us a chance to try blah, 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 boutique, 100 rooms. Okay. You spent an awful lot of money to the tune of being able to write off. Now, mind you, this is over 2 quarters. They're going to write off $300 million. That's $150 million per quarter. That's how expensive this place was via the depreciation. Also moved a lot of entertainment dollars out of there because a lot of those people they technically would fall under an equity actors equity, so they were actors, and that entertainment expense is much higher than just having servers or whatever else dressed in regular uniforms or location specific costumes, but having those people have to perform, very expensive. There's a lot of problems with the Star Cruiser. The other thing is, it didn't live up to what they promised. Nothing did. Galaxy's Edge is a failure if we were looking at it the way they presented it. So, billions and billions. That's right. You know what? China would love to have a Raylo hotel. Indeed, awesome one. One of my first subscribers, by the way, awesome one was. If you owe $13 billion and you only pay a measly $12,999,999 or $12 million, excuse me, are you really in default? Yes. Speaking of being in default, there's a lot of interest in the real estate investment trusts, or REITs, they're called, and the big companies that have them, and 2 of the biggest, if not the biggest, are in default on a couple, 3 of those maybe. Interesting. Weatherman says, it wouldn't be surprised if it cost $1 trillion to rebuild Disney somewhere. I just don't think, like I said, I don't think there's a will to do it and there's no way to do it. Not to mention the fact there's no money to do it. And there won't be for a long time. Disney has alienated themselves from a lot of the audience. Black Saber says, Mousefeasance. That's right. Disney Guantanamo Bay fun rides for everybody. There you go. That's what the Star Cruiser was. I identify as burnt sienna. Cool. Disney realistically can only move to another right to work state. Yeah, we had that conversation. Sorry, I went back and didn't mean to. Way back. Holy cow. Baramabul says it would make more sense if the bleeding hearts were red and the true patriots were blue. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. Color thing isn't important to me. Politics are important to me. Doug says, who does the puppet responses? Well, probably one of the greatest creators on YouTube, criminally undersubbed. His name is Floral from Under a Rock. Floral from Under a Rock. And just awesome. I just dropped the Hot Pocket. There you go. Hot Pocket. Pino Shay's Helicopter Tours for $5. Thank you, my friend. Hope to see you tonight on Thursday Throwdown on Comics Division's channel. And if you have a chance, stop by Mr. H. You get a lot of us talking heads there talking entertainment. Mr. H's H-Cast is amazing. And it is going off in an hour and a half. Anyway, for $5, you say, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Also, all publicly traded corporations are socialist. To be fair, right now, I agree. Thank you for that, my friend. And you get this.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do, so thanks.
Oh, you caught me brushing my hair. Thank you, Pinochet. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, and the promised immersion in GE was moved behind the paywall. Yeah, but that immersion was still not what that was promised. Iger lied about Galaxy's Edge. And they really lied when it came to that hotel experience. It's just trash. I read one saying that they woke people up to do stupid LARPing stuff. I don't sleep well. Waking me in the night and it's not an emergency equals me becoming Vader. Yes, Blackie, I get that. Failure's Edge. Well done. Awesome one. Carl Sagan always hated that billions and billions thing because people thought it was a thing he actually said when it was Johnny Carson in a wig. There you go. Question is, how can I use this information to make money? Well, watch what Comcast is doing. P-L-I. Okay. If you were going to LARP, Defenders of Hoth would have been a brilliant story. Look, the original concept, straight from the Imagineer who laid it out, was Tatooine, Hoth, and the Endor moon. That was it. And they blew it hard. They also oriented that particular park in a way where it makes it more difficult to develop around it and open expansion, and then create sightline problems. And then they locked it in on the other side with that stupid hotel. Yeah. Yeah, there is a reason why they use the coloring. It's to, create rivalry. Yeah. Look, I don't root for teams. right? I like ideas. Hot Pockets belongs to no boy, says Spaceship Vampire. Holy cow, ActionCom is here and generous and as well. For $10, could Netflix have worked as a format? Wow, my friend, I think that's true. Netflix was a format. It's one of the things Tom says that I'm dead certain is 100% accurate. I don't think it's debatable. Yeah, all the major studios would have sent their content there to be distributed on the internet, and that's what was being done. ActionCom. This is very astute. They just collect a check at the end of every month. They were. Consider this. I mean, Disney had such a lucrative deal with Netflix, especially for those Marvel shows that actually, the production costs were levied on Netflix. Those shows were very well received. In particular, the first season or two of Daredevil, obviously the first season of the Punisher thing, less so for the Iron Fist, but Luke Cage was great. The first season of Jessica Jones was good. I mean, they were headed in the right direction with those shows until they started to let some identity garbage get in there at the end. But no, you're 100% right. Netflix was a format, still is actually. All the studios were sending their content there to be distributed, and they were paid handsomely fees to do so. And then all they had to do is collect a check at the end of the month. Breaking up things in a way that utilizes more controllable technology may have looked like it would be beneficial, especially if you're trying to wall in your audience, which is all this is. These are just a bunch of ways to artificially put walls, not just around content, but around your audience. That's why I've called them, and lots of people have, walled gardens, these streaming services. So ActionCom, bingo, genius. And thank you for the $10 super chat. You get this.
Your kindness knows no bounds. Except for whatever $sign you chose to stop at.
And thank you again, ActionCom. I appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. The first two seasons of Daredevil were practically a masterclass in street level Marvel. I don't think there's any other way to describe it. Street level characters have always been like my favorite. Hell's Kitchen, all those stories that were there, I loved because they all take place in that. Just it's incredible. Street level stuff, amazing. Yeah, season 2 was garbage. Read by nature, indeed. Smiley says Disney could definitely make real Ewoks. They have that Animal Kingdom breeding program. Well, to be fair, gosh, should I tell you about this? Yeah, I'm going to tell you that. One of the attractions that got swept away. You guys will be super disappointed when I tell you what else would have been in Galaxy's Edge. One of those projects that got wiped away was a bantha ride around the entire outskirts of the area. Like a walking four-legged people mover that you literally rode on was an attraction. Seriously. You don't have to believe me. I may be able to dig out the video for that. I think you'll be impressed. But Ewoks, yeah. Actually, bipedal robots are becoming more and more viable. And you actually could have done like some really interesting stuff, a la the way they do Olaf in the Frozen attraction. You could actually have like Ewoks walking up above your eye line, which would hide the mechanisms that actually made them work. But but they would look like they were walking around in the forest setting. You could actually do that. Like if you were seated, if you had your guests seated in an attraction, you could definitely have that happen. And a lot of the advanced Sarcos figures and the newer generations of audio animatronic figures, which we still call them that, even though they aren't activated by an audio tape, or audio disc, which is how they used to operate. But you could certainly, you have to realize that those are not full-size human size. I mean, the Kylo Ren and the Rise of the Resistance attractions, not a full-size human. One of the most impressive Sarcos 7 figures ever built was the Wicked Witch in the Great Movie Ride. And that technology has been surpassed by miles now. So, yeah. Is Disney, Lucasfilm allergic to money? Yes. I don't know how else to describe it. It's more like they're allergic to anybody with money, I think is the right way to put it, because they've alienated the audience that they used to have, that had plenty of money to buy their toys, go to their films, make it a generational thing. I don't like people like me. Not good. Kids would have lined up for that, me included. Well, I think you could probably find the video on the internet, but I have multiple videos of that actually in works in the Burbank Imagineering area. I also have some other stuff that I don't think I can share yet. I got one of my friends has to leave first, and then I can share it. Yeah, the Bantha ride would have been cool. I think it would have been a lot of fun to ride on a Bantha, right? I mean, it was a quadruped. Very cool. Literally walking. You were. No tauntauns. I mean, there would have been a tauntaun, but no actual like rideable tauntauns. Yeah. Yeah, a companion robot would definitely help, right? Especially with rheumatoid arthritis and things like that. Yeah, I think you're going to see that real soon. Elon Musk is really moving as fast as he can with Prime. I don't blame him, but at least he's aware of the dangers of AI and all the other things that he's putting together. At least he's aware of what the potential is. I mean, I would hate to think that he creates Skynet. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's one of the biggest problems with the bipedal robots. But again, you wouldn't put them within close proximity to guests. So, but yeah. And again, if I were designing the attraction, they would rely essentially on puppet technology, and kind of a rip off of a Kakua robot arm, which actually is what the Forbidden Journey attraction is in Harry Potter in the castle. Those are just Kakua arms, and that technology was first offered up, and the ability to control it that way was first offered up to Disney. In fact, they were utilizing it in a limited time experience called Sum of All Thrills in one of the entry pavilions there, Interventions, in fact, at Epcot. But the only working Kakua arm right now in Disney, I think, is in the Nemo and Friends attraction in the aquarium area, the seas. So yeah, but no, you basically you would have an arm that would essentially move like this. This is how Olaf works. Olaf in Frozen is an arm that kind of just takes it through the motions, and everything else is happening. And he's actually not, I don't believe, at any time actually touching a ground thing. It just looks like he is, because I think it's 100% a lift. I'd have to look at it again, but yeah, pretty sure. So, like if I were designing like an Elsa, like a castle climb, that would be the tech I would use. I'd put the arm lower so you wouldn't see it. You'd have a banister that'd be off to the side that would hide that mechanism and essentially just be part of the banister, so you wouldn't see it. It would just essentially pierce this midsection, and you could cover it up, and you could just see her walking the banister up a tower. There's a lot of ways to do that stuff. So, anyway, yeah, wow, I just went on for 10 minutes talking about that stuff. Sorry. It was some of this is true, little chat. There were massive changes made, and the one in California is entirely new. So here's a question. Will I make an appearance in Critics Court on Film Threat? Frank Gore has the ability to reach out to me at any time. So, no, I haven't talked to Chris about it yet. I would imagine I will. I'm sure I'll be there. But I don't know that Star Wars is going to be the area that I'm going to be the most inflamed about anymore. I've reached the point of apathy. But there are a lot of things that I'm still really angry about that maybe I would do a better job arguing for or against. To be fair, I think to put me to the test, you would want me on the side of the defense of Disney Star Wars. That's always where I used to shine in debates and stuff, is to take the opposite side, but it is what it is. Wow, I screwed up telling you guys some of this stuff, I think, because I imagine we're going to have conversations about animatronics and things going forward. But that's all right. The Tauntaun ride ends with climbing into one for warmth. I don't think that would go over well. Rambam 3000 says Musk wouldn't mean to create Skynet, but I can see him getting carried away. Yeah, I too. I'm not really. I mean, okay. So the potential behind his mind link technology, I forget what that's called, but anyway, to be able to overcome obstacles, ability obstacles for people, I'm 100% on. Right, I think that's great. Right, if it's limited and it's can't be hacked and so on and so forth. But Neuralink, that's what it's called. But I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't put it past anybody from trying to hack anything. I think it's already happening. To be fair, I mean, Microsoft is warning you what the next thing is going to be. That should terrify you. Jillian Ann for $1.99. Culture's ASMR hairbrushing gets another chat. Well, thank you very much. You caught me in a rare hairbrushing moment. Gosh, I got to give you a nice one. Oh, here you go. Anyway, thank you very much, Jillian. I appreciate it. We got another one from our friend Pete O'Shea's Helicopter Tours, $5. It's not hard. It's not a mystery. Corporations were told to forego profits for social ideology. Stakeholders were promised power in lieu of profit. There you go. And and we need to tear that system down as quickly as possible. One of the mechanisms we can do that with is, well, you're doing it already with Bud Light and now potentially Target and maybe North Face and a few others. The Dodgers are going to find a comeuppance in the very near future because I imagine my Catholic friends are not going to be pleased with what the Dodgers are doing. And I think a lot of other Christians will also have difficulty with that kind of stuff going on and those kinds of people doing that. I mean, if you're going to pick a political side, which the Dodgers have now done, be prepared. Just like Bud Light. By the way, the financial analysts have finally admitted there's so much damage done to the Bud Light brand, it will never be the same. Good job. Now do it with Target. Seriously. And thank you, Pinochet, for the other $5. You're 100% right there. Appreciate that. And you get a super chat thing. You get a super chat.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really all I got. Thanks for your being kind and supporting the channel. Yeah.
Action Com for another $10. My goodness, that's very generous, my friend. Says for $10, the point. What would Netflix would have to do? In order to make that happen, what would they have to do? I think you're right. Agree to stop their own series would be the first thing, to stop producing original content. I'm certain they would still be able to do the things they were already contractually obligated to do, like the thing with Ruin Johnson, right? And maybe some other things that have already been laid out, because they have overall deals with people like the Russo brothers and such. I think they could probably say, look, we're going to stop making original content if we can get a contract with 4 of the 5 major studios, or 3 of the 4 major studios, or 3 of the 5 major studios, or whatever, and just have them run to them. I think you could get. I think Paramount's a problem. It clearly is, because they keep rebranding and smooshing things together. I mean, you're watching Showtime become part of Paramount Plus and so on and so forth. I don't think. I think Warner Brothers would still want to do something, because they never should have abandoned the idea of just a standalone HBO, like an HBO Go or something like that. They should have just stuck with that. Maybe you could get them on board. Sony would sign up in a heartbeat. Universal might jump in. You don't know. Maybe Peacock just becomes a television streaming platform, and all of their Universal content goes over there. I think you could get 3 of the 5 on board. Disney is too deep in their streaming. I mean, they own a lot of streaming platforms. You count Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus, and they're trying to move ESPN content to ESPN Plus to put it behind a paywall, which they don't understand. It was going to just speed up people getting rid of ESPN on whatever else they get it elsewhere. It will no longer be of value. Then you're losing out on the money that's actually coming in. And I know, the money's being reduced over time with cable and satellite contracts, but you're reducing that even further, even quicker. You can't afford that. You need to spread that out over years. It needs to be amortized. Anyway, there's that. And then let's see, dedicate profits to infrastructure. That would be very helpful. We'll have to see how that would work. I don't know, but maybe they could do that. Although really the delivery systems and everything are already in place. There theoretically is a bunch of fiber that's not being used, that's already laid along all of the major railroads in the United States. So, I mean, there's a lot of fiber that's not being used. And let's see, tier structures. I think you could certainly do that. Or you could ask Netflix to become an aggregator, and then nobody has to lose their streaming service, but they have another source of profit and a cooperation agreement with Netflix. I think that could actually work. I think that's a brilliant suggestion, ActionCom. And I think reporting views is going to be the hill on which the Writers Guild and everybody else is going to die, because to know what your stuff is worth, you have to know what is being viewed and by how many. And in its entirety, this minute format is garbage. It's not useful. Did somebody watch this in its entirety? And you know what? You can chop the credits off, both front and back, right? But it has to be this many minutes for it to count as a view. The fact that they're counting 2 minutes of view time as a view is baloney sausage. A lot of people will start something, get halfway into it, never finish it because it's trash. Well, you get enough of those people to watching half of it, it starts to look like it's doing something impressive, and it's really not. So, but no, reporting views is definitely something that would be very helpful. And then finally, what would an alternate timeline for Netflix look like? I think Netflix would be wildly profitable. All these studios would be even more profitable. But I think that if they move to an aggregator, I think it would be even better. Man, an alternate timeline. I'd love to go down that road. You know what? That'd be a great conversation for me and Tom. Tom and I are going to bring back the Tuesday Tirade show on Tuesdays and just kind of roll into shows. So it'll be like the 6 Minute Daily, the then a little bit of course, the bonus time, then the Tuesday tirade, and then we'll roll into Mr. H's Hcast after that. That's kind of the goal for Tuesdays. That's coming back in mid-June when I get back from Texas. But I also have another project we're working on. But I think that would be a good conversation for Tom, and I'm gonna screenshot this real quick and save it for later, so that I can grab it. Thank you, ActionCom. I appreciate it. Oh, and then I got a Jim Watari Rumble rant for $10 over on the Rumble side, and I owe you a clip, ActionCom, and then I owe Jim Watari one. But we'll do this. I want to say thanks. So you guys are gonna get the two big money ones. By the way, ActionCom, you're a gold mine.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
And thank you again, ActionCom. Over on the Rumble side, we have just the tip 59, otherwise known as Jim Watari, for $10 in a Rumble rant saying, "Show me some cheddar." Okay. You asked for it. You got it. Toyota.
Oh, man. That's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Thanks once again. So I appreciate that, Jim Watari. Thank you, ActionCom. Thanks to all of you. This has been a fun stream. You guys are making me think. Mac 1164. I thought they only smelled bad on the outside. There's a great Tauntaun line for you. Yeah. Wow, I am way behind. Culture Keenan, no way in hell is someone sticking one of those Elon Neuralink chips in my head. I'll take my greasy cheeseburgers and prawn before I let them chip me. Oh, you'll let them take that? Oh, I understand. No, but like I said, I mean, the reason they put that in your head, it really is for ability enhancement. That's kind of was his goal. I'm not sure if he wanted to go beyond that, but I'm not going to put a chip in my head. Yeah, people are very tired of the preaching authoritarian doctrine of the woke. And Santa Inc. was quite blasphemous, indeed. Yeah. L'Oreal, because he's worth it. Well, thank you. Honestly, though, we believe it or not, no matter what anybody tells you, boycotts are effective. The problem is holding them long enough that they affect an entire quarter. 1/4 of a business really does screw them up. And I can't wait to talk. You know, this is going to be fun. Friday's going to be fun over with little Chad. I can't wait. He's very well educated on a lot of subjects, so it'll be a good time. Delu, you're not there. Why are you not there? Season 1 of The Witcher is the only thing I've ever watched on Netflix. And you know what? It still could have been much better if they'd have just stuck with A, linear storytelling, and B, stuck with the lore. Look, I know I enjoyed it somewhat. Season 2 was garbage. I have zero anticipation of anything in the future of Witcher, including even the last season with Henry Cavill. That thing's lost. Yeah, and thank you for this, Darren Hughes. Tom's dog, Sadie, needs an operation. I believe Tom hit his goal, but I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to have a little extra padding there in case some of the expenses are a little higher than estimated. So do check out that GoFundMe if you can. Hey, what's up, Jamie G? Good to see you. Voltaic Blood. I'm not certain, but I don't think those cheese wheels or cheddar. I have no idea. I'm not the puppet that made it. That wasn't me. Mutant band member. Culture Casino, install a chip in your head. Join the collective. Bigot. No thank you. Yeah, I'm not much of a joiner. Really not. Henry Cavill was a superb Geralt. Yes. There's no lying. Season 1 and 2 Daredevil, genius. Jessica Jones, season 1, good. Then nothing else till Witcher. Yeah. I actually liked Punisher, but that's me. No. Y'all are incredible. Look at all these amazing humans. Hello, Odysee, Rumble, Twitter. Hi, Twitter. Yeah. Twitter's out there. Hi, Twitter. You know what sucks is there's no like effective chat communication in Twitter that I'm aware of. So even if you're watching me on Twitter, by the way, I thank you because obviously I'm trying to get Elon's attention. Hi, Elon. Anyway, trying to get Elon's attention, but it would be nice to be able to, see people and talk to people on Twitter. Although I don't know how I would manage 5 chats, to be fair. Just be kind of cool. Looky, it's the Peter Venkman fan site. Hey, how's it going? Somebody after my own heart. Huge Ghostbusters fan. The making of Willow TV EFAP by Disparu is wow. It is. Hey, look, the only records we're going to have of that show, outside of obviously the pirated digital copies that people have made, is going to be the review videos of other people. Nobody's going to forget this pile of garbage, even if it's buried forever, which it has to be. As a write down, they can't bring it back. Twitter has no chat. Yes. Yeah, Disney did have a chance with Mandalorian, and after 2 seasons, they followed it up with probably the worst television I'd seen in a long time. All they had to do is get Baby Yoda out of the building and follow the plan. But again, you lose Cara Dune, you lose a lot of reasons for things to exist, and yeah, there's that. There's that. Garbage. Jamie G asks a good question. What will be the first things Disney will sell to not go bankrupt after Indy and Mermaid don't save them? It's not nearly that bad. They have a lot of things they can leverage. Their real estate empire is just unbelievable, almost unmatched, unless you're like a big institutional investment, company that has a bunch of REITs. I imagine they'll start to go the corporate route again for sponsorship of rides. They're going to promote like refurbishing things to give and basically be able to write that off. I think they'll have to. I think they're going to have to make the theme parks less expensive to make it so that other people can go, and maybe a few other things as well. So, yeah. I don't know that they're going to have to sell much off. They could sell. They have some properties they could sell off, but they have IPs they could license that are incredibly valuable in somebody else's hands. In Disney's hands, they are worthless. I just said that. A company that used to be amazing, worthless. Anyway, yeah, no Gina, no Mando. I'm with you, Saltzilla. Star Wars is dead, Shrap 3D says. Move along. Move along. These are not the droids you're looking for. Move along. You know what? I could play. I could play a new. I could play the new Obi-Wan, like the old Obi-Wan, not like the bad Obi-Wan. Peter Venkman fan site says, I enjoy how they said they didn't have a roadmap after they told everyone they were dumping the EU. Ding, 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 ding. Not worthless in Disney's hands, a liability. Yes, Harrison Williams. That's even better said. Yeah. Oh, the staff at Universal, funny as heck, man. That Shrek, that Shrek interaction with Donkey, right? Because you have the Donkey's there, and Donkey is fantastic, especially when it's talking to drunk 3PO, right? It's so good. So guys. Are you live? Mexican Army, yeah. I can't tell you. What do you mean you can't tell? I'm dead. What do you mean? Can't tell. Right here. Is Mike a bot? I can't tell. He's not a bot. But I love Mikey. Oh my gosh, we got it. We have to end, folks, because it's less than an hour to Mr. H's Hcast, which I would encourage you to watch. Should be a good time. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. Oh. Al Humphreys is here. Hey, I'm going to see him in like less than an hour. This will be my first time. Well, I'm glad you're here, Al Humphreys. It's great to see you, my friend. And I'm going to see you on the Hcast in less than an hour. It'll be a good time. Hopefully. See, we got me and Tom, and maybe Nick will show up and talk about a chill stream. That'll be fun. Maybe Andre shows up. That's always fun. Should be fun. Should be a good time. Is it live or is it Memorex? Says Jeff. Oh, we'll see. Hcast, you say? That's right. Yeah. Mr. H Reviews. In fact, it's in the description down below. You just click on the name, the @ that I left down there. Takes you to his channel. Hcast. Dude's great. Are you not entertained? Oh, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to give members first looks at some stuff here in the future. All right. I'm about 6,200 subs right now. I made a very ill-advised bargain with someone that when I got to 10,000 for a period of time on a live stream, I would go shirtless. I didn't say braless. No, I'm kidding. I would go shirtless, which means I have to get in shape. So of course, I missed today because it wasn't 100%, but I have been working with Paulie through his training company. It's right. Latino Slant will actually personally train you. Anyway, I've been working with him and to get back into shape. So I had a goal for myself that by the middle of July, I'd be at 10,000 subs. I don't know that I'll get there, or by the end of July, I should say. But when I do get to 10,000 subs, I don't want to look at like a fat old man because I'm going to have my shirt off for a little while. And it's uncomfortable. Of course, it'll be summer, so it might be better. But anyway, so I'm considering this, right? So I may give you some behind the scenes footage of me working out and getting back into shape. So the members might get to see that first. I'm thinking about doing it that way. And then later making it live for everybody. If you want to watch that ridiculousness, I should probably do it on a different channel, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. Is that something you guys be interested in? I have no idea, but I do have to get back in shape because I really don't want to overly embarrass myself. Yes, I do have a little bit of chest definition coming in, but I used to be carved out of wood and I didn't used to have a belly, and bothers me. Mexican Iron Man for $5. Thank you, my friend. Says new show, Culture in Space. Live stream where Culture walks, spacewalks from SpaceX, then disconnects the air, and we bet on how long he lasts in space. It sounded good at the beginning, Mike, and I know you're trying really hard to help me develop shows and concepts. Once again, I think this one ends up with me dead. It seems like a lot of these recent ones that you've come up with, they end up with me dead. That has limited appeal to me. And for my audience, it creates an expiration date. So I'm not sure that this one will work, but thanks.
Your kindness knows no bounds. Except for whatever $sign you chose to stop at.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. But thanks, Mike. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. The lovely Jillian. for $2 says, Culture Singing Queen gets another chat. Well, thank you for the $2. Wow. I can make money singing. That's crazy. I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to do this one. It's cute. It's a cute one. But, it's Wilton. He's a troll.
No, look at this little super chat right there. He's so cute and small. Get it?
Once again, thank you, Jillian. Your generosity is wonderful. I appreciate it. Mike follows that up. Oh, boy, for another $5. His new show, Culture versus Evil Dead. Okay. New live show where Culture fights off 100 evil zombies. Okay, which type? Are they the walkers or are they fast zombies? Good question. But armed only with a plastic spork and a butter knife. Mike, these really don't sound like they're going to work out for me. And Culture Zombie probably isn't going to be a very popular show. I appreciate the $5 once again, my friend, but my goodness.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do, so thanks.
Yeah. Thanks again, Mike. I appreciate the suggestion, but I'm trying not to die. Dying's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm not ready for it yet. This is true. Silly lads, Culture is never without a brush nor a weave. No, I don't think I've ever had a weave of any kind. No. But I always have a brush. Right, yeah. And actually, if you find me at a meetup, there's a decent chance I have a collapsible brush with me, probably in my sling bag or backpack. Yeah, because my hair is crazy. Yeah, WDW Pro tonight. The Pro show's today, too. Today's a very busy day broadcast-wise, folks. So keep that in mind. Yeah, Al Humphrey says, Culturecino, Mr. H. Pauly, Mexican Andre, Tom Connors, Nick, Valiant Renegade, and other Pauly, the punk, all rule. I hope I haven't missed anyone. Well, thank you so very much for that. I appreciate it. Yep, only 4 likes to 1,000. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do so. I appreciate your support. We got to end, folks. I'm so very sorry, but we got to be Dunzo. Robert's here. What's up, Robert? But we got to go because I got to have a little bit of time to get some food in me and take care of some chores and then prep for the Pro show. Wait, no. Mr. H, the H cast on Mr. H reviews down there in the description is Mr. H's channel. Go there. And then, that's less than 45 minutes from now. Okay, I got to go. Love you guys. I'm going to play the credits again, and then we will adjourn all these wonderful members that are here. Well, they'll be here in a minute. Come on. Go. There we go. All right. Anyway, so there's the members. For those of you who are part of this group, thank you. For those of you who've been added to this group today, I'll get this updated, and I'm going to do what I said and get them split out and a little bit slow, which I think is beneficial to everybody. You guys are amazing. Every single one of you. I appreciate you all. Like I said, Hcast, Pro Show, Thursday Night Throwdown. I guess I'm not going to get a nap. I'm going to need sleep. Need to make more coffee. So Hcast in 45 minutes on Mr. H Reviews channel. Oh, I got another video that Grant's working on. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. I hope I see you everywhere else. And until then, see ya!